Alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alaihi wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina may yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh sallallahu alaihi wasallam tabaraka wa sallama tasliman kasira amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa man ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ila Allah wa amila salihan wa qala innani minal muslimin. My dear brothers and respected elders and sisters, we like to become jovial, we like to make jokes, so that we laugh, we like to be with people who likes to make us jovial, to make us laugh. That's why there are many people who likes to hear comedians. Recently, it seems many comedians has emerged. So many, and so many new people, new comedians. Like Fluffy from Mexico. He's a good comedian. So many others, I don't even know their names. Once upon a time, I stumbled upon their show in the Facebook. So why so many comedians emerge in this world? Because generally people like to laugh, to be jovial, to be happy. When Kumar, comedian from Singapore, Mr. Kumar, but he says, I'm not woman, I'm still a man. I'm not reached there yet. And the people laugh. He's a man, but acting like woman, wearing clothes, woman clothes, isn't it? Then he create jokes. They say Kumar delicious. His jokes are delicious. He even performed in Sri Lanka comedian show. He creates jokes, and some of his jokes have lessons to learn also. He was telling that there is an advertisement for jobs, must be fluent in Mandarin. So one Indian came to offer himself for the job and said, do you know Mandarin? Yes, I do. Even English and Indian. Oh, you are trilingual. You are not bilingual. You are overqualified. Then people laugh, It's not a matter whether he knows Mandarin or not. It's actually the job was meant for Chinese, not meant for Indians. So that's what is happening in Singapore, in Malaysia too. When they put the the prerequisite for the job is fluent in Mandarin, they mean they want Chinese. They don't want Malay, they don't want Indians. So when Indians come who fluent in English, Mandarin as well as Malay and Indian, oh, you are trilingual. You are too overqualified. So there's laugh, There's a lesson there. The lesson to be learned from his jokes. But anyhow, I'm just telling you that people likes jokes, likes to be jovial, likes to be happy. So during the show they are happy, laugh, keep on laughing, and they never stop laughing. Like the show of Fluffy, who when he went to perform comedian in India, people saying, are you sure you are able to perform comedians in India? They do know. The people ask him, do the people of India know English? He said, I went there, Indians know English more than America and Canada joined together. Then he said that whenever I speak to Indians, their head shakes, like this. Keep on saying, yes, yeah. Every time it's shaking. But it's the same as the Mexican, he said. There's two shakes, but in a different direction. Instead of like this, American shake like this. And he showed it, and the laugh, So these are comedian who knows how to make people laugh. It's also an art and skill. Nobody, can easily become comedian. Comedian that speaks as if it's not a joke, but it appears joke. Every single lines of their words are jokes. Like Trevor. He's also a comedian. He's from South Africa. He's Indians, and he's mixed. His father is white father from Switzerland, I think, and his mother is Africans, black. So he's half black. So he said during the apartheid time, I couldn't walk. Three of us, my father, my mother, and myself cannot walk all together. I will walk with my mother, and my father will walk on the other side of the road. If the police are the whites, saw me walking with my mother says, he's not my son, because he is not pure black. I feel like a bags of potatoes, he said. Laugh, people laugh. Then he went to America. While traveling in America, he said, I want to become black. And I learned the way black Americans speak English. The whole journey from South Africa to New York, I learned. I see all type of movies. Then I come out, I'm a black. He doesn't want to become half black, one full black. So people laugh, So this is how comedians speak. Every single lines of their words are jokes. People laughing, the whole sessions, laugh and laugh and laugh until they forget all their pain, miseries, worries, and this is what they want. Similarly, when they go to movies, when they, Indian movies, particularly, there will be song, people, making dance. Indians movies, they are full of songs and dance, nothing else, almost, and love. And during that period of watching the TV, watching the movie, they make themselves to be as if they are the one, who are singing, dancing. So they became happy and jovial during that time. And then when they come out from the cinema hall, then the worries start to come. Some people go to karaoke, sing a song, and some people go to drinks, wines, and get drunk and forget all their worries. Some people go for dancing, singing. All these are meant to eradicate their worries, their tension, their stress, their unhappiness. So now this is a new trend, comedians. They are very popular, Fluffy said, I'm invited to Saudi Arabia. Sometimes I'm on the, they say, Fluffy, he's a Fluffy, he's a Fluffy. When they saw him in the supermarket, and he's Fluffy, he's Fluffy. They love him because he makes jokes, make people laugh, make people happy. Many people admire artists, singers. Why? Because they make them happy. Their worries, go away whenever they hear their jokes and their acting, their singing. One girl in Indonesia, she loved Siti Nurhaliza, our very, popular singers. He said, I'm longing to see her, but I never think that I will be able to see her. But one time, Allah made him able to see her. She almost shed tears, cried, of happiness to see her idola, her singers. But I don't think anyone, make Siti Nurhaliza as an idola as that lady, as that girls in Indonesia. Because there are so many more singers, even better or almost the same as him, as her. So, people want to become happy, jovial. Why? Because people are living always in pain, in sorrow, in unhappiness, isn't it? So sometimes they don't have opportunity to watch all this, to go to movie, to drink wines, to dance. So they will scream, shout. They went to the open field and they shout, because to release the tension that they have. So all these are evidence which shows that the whole man in the whole world are live in anxiety, and unhappiness. I met one doctor. He working. He has a clinic. He work in a clinic in Bukit Damansara, in Bukit Antarabangsa. He told me that during this COVID, there's so many people suffering from anxiety. For no reason, he said. But of course, the reason is the COVID, but he said to me, for no reason, he got anxiety. The people who got anxiety are the people who cannot cope, cope with the problem they are facing while in this COVID time. Whole world. That's why more comedians have to come out, But I don't think there is a comedian in Malay who are so popular, because Malay do not really love comedian, maybe, or the time has not come. World fame in English. One Chinese also got. What is his name? No, Chinese. So comedians takes place more in the life of people now, because people are almost in the whole world are filled with sorrow and unhappiness, what we call anxiety. That all leading to mental illness. First you have anxiety, then obsessive compulsion disorder. There is a mental illness called obsessive compulsion disorder. Obsessive compulsion disorder, OCD. There is called mental illness called what do you call it? Schizophrenia. And this is a very advanced one. Before that, many people got depression. Not willing to live anymore, wanting to die. Then go to schizophrenia. Many stages of schizophrenia, and then in the end they'll go to mental hospital. They call, like Malaysia, we have in Tanjung Rambutan. And what is another one? Tampoi. And it's all packed. The hospital are packed because the one who have come earlier have never come out. Then the new one keep on adding. I went to the mental ward in the mental ward in the mental division hospital of GH. I saw their rows of beds are all full, and said after some days, when they cannot cope with this patient, they are no longer able to cope with the medicine that we given to them, then we send them to Tanjung Rambutan, they said, and Tampoi. So the number of patients going to that mental hospital keep on increasing, and finally the old one they let them to live in some private mental hospital to a certain extent. They are ex nurse and of the mental hospital. They build up houses where they will continue the treatment which has been given in the mental, because it's no longer able to occupy more patients. So the condition is the whole world is the same. Increasing number of mental illness. It is predicted a time will come, in every 5 people in the whole world there is one mental. There is mental patient, and Rashidi is on the way of becoming one, and Yazid. If things cannot be handled. Actually, why you have mental illnesses, anxiety, unhappiness, sorrow, depression, schizophrenia, it's all because you are unable to cope with the stresses that arises during the journey of your life in this world. When you lose your work, when you have no money, you cannot cope with that. As you see now, number of people commit suicide increases dramatically, in times of this COVID-19. Whole world, the pattern is the same. These are consequence of depression, basically, not having the desire to live any longer, because everything is bad. Many people who used to earn, like the pilots, captain of many airlines in the world, prior to COVID, the salary is maybe 60,000, 80,000. Now when aviation industry goes to almost zero, no people flying, pilots have been made to be out of job, many of them, in Asia, in Mars. So they cannot cope of not having the lifestyle which they used to have. For those who are unable to cope this, then they have psychiatric problem. So what actually, the way to become happy? Everyone wants to become happy, jovial. They can't sit in front of comedian all day long. They can't sit in the movie all day long. They have to work. They can't drink alcohol to eradicate their worries. It's only during the period of drunkenness then they can forget their worry, but after that the worries appears or will come again into existence, and they keep on drinking, some taking drugs, some smoke is a minor one. All these are signs and symptoms of depression, anxiety, unhappiness. Whole world is filled with unhappiness. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this man, all the mankind, the religion of Islam. They denied this. Have sent them prophet, they denied the prophet and the messengers of Allah. And in comparison to the people in the past, we have more anxiety, more unhappiness, because we have more things to do. People in the past don't have to pay, for their car, for their house, for their food, anything. Their life is so simple. But not now. Life has become sophisticated and complicated. There are many things have been invented to furnish the desires of men. Beautiful cars, beautiful houses, with lot of foods. So people need to have a lot of money to be able to live to the maximum of pleasure. So once upon a time when times of like this, when the time like COVID will come, when there is no job, no work, sickness, death is everywhere, naturally anxiety come, unhappiness come, and finally they got depression, they commit suicide. In Japan, even without COVID, every minute a second, there's people who commit suicide in Japan. Malaysia has increases every one day. 1% commit suicide now in COVID. One day, 1%. So in a month, 30 days, 30 people. In Japan, 1 minute. You can imagine one day. Japan has, they have, their belief is when you are of no use, you better die. And that goes also in their everyday life. When the car is just little bit damaged, no use, they throw it. When anything damaged, they'll throw it. They don't maintain, and like the Indians saying, repair, keep on repairing until you really cannot use it. But not the Japanese. That's why they believe that if I'm useless, even if I'll die. This has been their belief and has been their action to commit suicide. So what is prosperity? What is happiness in Japan? No happiness. But the countries, one of the richest country in the world, industrials, they have made many cars, but not many people in Japan have cars. The reason as to why they don't have a car, because it's too expensive to have a car. If you need a car, if you buy a car, you need a plan, you need a parking. It's not free in Japan. You have to pay for the parking. You have to pay for your grave. So life is not happy with material things. Life is not happy with money. Life is not going to happy with having many comedians. It's for transitory only. It's only something that can alleviate the unhappiness of man for a short period of time. Movie, sing movie, karaoke, drinking, eating, drinking wines, having drugs, all these are transitory method, ways. Even taking the pills. The doctors, I asked one doctor, can doctor cure psychiatric diseases? He said no. Can give drugs to make them to sleep. So they can sleep, but they say we can't continue sleeping, we need to work. Not working give them stress because you got no money. So everything is worse. Going either direction is disaster. So what is the choice they have? They kill themselves. So my dear brothers, why this all happened? Nobody wants to think about it. Everything's, when someone is in a state of unhappiness, they don't know what is happiness. If Allah put them in darkness, they do not know what is light, what is to be in the light, because they are in darkness. If they are in the path of deviation, they don't know what is the correct path. If they are in anxiety and in unhappiness, they do not know what is happiness and peace. So the whole world doesn't know what is peace, what is happiness, and at the end they only show themselves these signs. We sign happiness. We want happiness. That's all. There are wars. Taliban entered Afghanistan. It created happiness to the Taliban for some time, but it creates horror to the people of Afghanistan. And whole world are looking at what happened in Afghanistan with horror and unhappiness. The Taliban is happy. They're entering into Afghanistan with happiness. But you wait, it will not be long. So the unhappiness which men are having in this world is transitory, not lasting. What more when they enter the grave? What more when they are thrown into the hellfire? The unhappiness endless, never ending. When they live in this world, full of unhappiness, when they are about to die, the new unhappiness, more severe unhappiness appear before them, and it goes even more in the grave, in the field of mahshar, in the hellfire. So why, when we want happiness, we really want happiness. We really want to be jovial. We really want to be happy. Otherwise, why we should have more comedians? To make us happy. This is the safest way, rather than taking drugs, alcohol, smoking, to alleviate your unhappiness. To watch comedian show is a little bit safer, or to watch movie, to dance, to sing. But you can't go on doing this. You want the true happiness that lasts. So Allah is the one who has created us, and nobody knows what the man should do in order to gain happiness, the true happiness. Nobody knows. Allah says, I'm the one who has created you. I'm your Lord. I know your problem. I know your weaknesses. You will never become pure unless I make you pure. You can't. Your own way of achieving happiness will not give results. Your own method of solving your unhappiness will not work. I'm the one who knows. So you obey me. So Allah gave us the religion of Islam, but we denied it. Then Allah sends prophet, we do not want to follow. So we want to follow our desires. In the end, this is what we are getting now. Whole world is full with unhappiness, miseries, trouble, and that doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop only at the time of our death. It continues. All those people who commit suicide are thinking that their miseries, unhappiness will expire or stop or end at the time when they die. No. It doesn't stop there. It continues to become even severe. Intolerable unhappiness in the grave and in the hellfire. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has created us, loves us. He wants us to be happy. As we want to be happy, He wants us even more to be happy. You know, you just sometimes think, if you already become a father or a mother, a parent, you want your children to be happy. The children too want to become happy, but they act sometimes abnormally in order to become more happier. Then as a result, they don't follow their parents, they become really unhappy. You know? Because the parents have gone through their life, they know what should be done, what should not be done. They are more knowledgeable than the children. But if the children deny their parents, do not want to follow, then they end up misery. They end up with miseries and unhappiness. Similarly, Allah is not like our parent. Allah is our creator. He knows everything. What is good, what is bad, what is not to be done, what is to be done. All He knows. So we only have to follow Him. That's all. The solution to our problem in this world and the hereafter is only to follow Him. To follow Him, to obey Him, and to follow the way that has been shown by His messengers. So He gives knowledge to His messengers. He gives wisdom, so that the messengers of Allah be able to guide the people to the correct path. So we cannot deny the messenger of Allah. We have to follow them. Because to follow the messenger of Allah is to follow Allah. See, Allah revealed the Quran, but Allah make Muhammad SAW to be able to understand what Allah wants, what Allah do not want in the Quran. And He told us and He showed us. So we have to follow Muhammad SAW, which is the Sunnah. To follow the Sunnah means to follow the Quran. To follow the Quran means is to obey Allah. We cannot obey Allah without following the Sunnah. Oh, I'm following Quran, but not following the Sunnah. That means we are not following Quran. We are following our own desires. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what we need. We want peace. We want happiness. Allah wants us to become happy and having peace even more than we want ourselves to become happy and peaceful. So we do not know. Even though we want to become happy and having peace, but we do not know the way. We want only. But Allah wants us to be happy and having peace even more than we want us to become happy and having peace. But Allah knows the way, how to become peace, how to have peace and happiness. So we must follow, obey Allah. And in order to obey Allah, we have to have belief. We will not obey Allah if we don't have the belief that Allah is my Lord. Nothing but my Lord. There's none who is my Lord except Allah. So Allah give us the kalima. There is no God except Allah. And Muhammad is the messenger. This kalima is a very great kalima which has to be in our belief, to be installed in our belief. For it to be installed in our belief, we have to speak about this kalima, the meaning of this kalima, repeatedly, and hear it repeatedly. daily, repeatedly, thousands of times, hundreds of times, tens times in a day, with the intention not to increase iman but to please Allah, in the way done by Muhammad SAW, with the sacrifice of wealth and time. That is the work of Jawla, or the Gash, which I have been proposing you to do. Every one of these, every one of either woman or man, in this world have to do this Gash or Jawla. This is something new, never done before. Something new in this world. Many Muslim scholars doesn't know this. I'm the only one who's telling you this is the way, the path that you have to follow, which Allah says to Prophet Muhammad SAW, this is your path. Kul hazihi sabili ad'u ilallah. How to do that path? Shown by Nabi SAW and shown by me. You have to do Gash, Jawla, shown to Maulana Ilyas Rahmatullah by the Prophet SAW. Allah told him to teach Maulana Ilyas Rahmatullah. So Maulana Ilyas said, after me there will be a professional will come. You know what he mean by that? After me there will be professional who will tell you more about it, who will tell you more about Gash and Jawla. So I come, with a script, with a method to show, to work on Muslim and non-Muslim. That's why Maulana Ilyas told to his companion, after me a professional will be sent, will be selected to show you the way on how to do Gash and Jawla. You better follow me, because I'm being, when I was doing the work of Jemaat Tabligh, I was being chosen by Maulana Inamul Hasan, the third Hadraji, to become the Shura of Malaysia and the Shura of Kuala Lumpur from 1981. 1981, I was chosen by him as a Shura of Kuala Lumpur. In 1993 or 1994, I was chosen Shura of Malaysia. So I have a link with Maulana Inamul Hasan, the third Hadraji. The second Hadraji, Maulana Yusuf. The first one is Maulana Ilyas. So all those people whom Hadraji Maulana Inamul Hasan has selected has died. Only 3 in Malaysia, 2 are sick. I am only one who is working and still healthy. So with the grace of Allah, I'll probably be the 4th Hadraji. So you must follow this 4th Hadraji. You've been waiting after the death of Maulana Inamul Hasan. Who is the next Hadraji? The 4th Hadraji? And many say the 4th Hadraji will be the Mahdi. The Mahdi is not his name. The one that will, innovate, who will, will make the religion alive again in the whole world. So forget all they have died. The third Hadraji, all the Shura which have been appointed by Maulana Ilyas has died. Maulana Ilyas Maulana Sa'ad already disappeared, non-functioning. Bhai Wahab also died. So only left me now, still alive, still active doing dawah. You never stop. So you have to follow. Bukan say after me, a professional. Who is a professional? I'm a doctor, professor in optometry. I'm a professional, not a ordinary arts graduates, lawyer or teacher. So this is clear. He already told Maulana Ilyas, after me, a professional. So professional become like me lah. I'm not, because he will make what I've done more perfected, to be more perfected. You look at my blog, I look at my how to do the work. You look at you type you type should be English, should be kerja dakwah .org. Kerja dakwah KERJA, kerja dakwah DAKWAH.org. Then you see how the work should be done. Click it and do it. Don't wait until tomorrow. Do it today, because this is the path or the work that you have to do in order to enable you to talk, hear repeatedly the great kalimah. And you must do it, the way Muhammad SAW go to every lanes and roads in your locality, in your town, in your city, in the whole world. To every house, Muslim or not Muslim. The non-Muslim, you must invite them to recite the kalimah and to do the work of dawah. The Muslim, you must remind them about the kalimah and invite them to do the work of dawah. Gush and prayer. So when you do this work, then you will be speaking and listening to the great kalimah abundantly. And every time you recite and hear this kalimah, there will be peace. Then it goes away. Once the kalimah is embedded in your heart, to the core of your heart, to the level which is more than what Allah is pleased, then your heart will be at peace. Then your deed become correct. Then you'll be in eternal peace in this world and in hereafter. Then you will have whatever you want, which is peace and joy and happiness, jovial and happy. You be really happy, not like Fluffy and Kumar. They're all making you happy for a while only. You don't keep on sitting in their comedians show in order to make you happy. Be a true happy people, whom Allah will, only one who can give the true happiness. Allah says, in my remembrance there's peace. In my remembrance there's peace. We will continue to remember Allah, everything and every time when the heart is remembering Allah. When we see the sky, when they see the moon, when they see the cat, they see the flower, we will remember Allah. Then we'll be in total peace in this life of the world, and naturally will be at peace in paradise.